Ooh, what's up, jobbers, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jobber Knocker podcast. As always, Nestlemania alongside for the ride is a man that, well, when he does his entrance, he doesn't slip and fall, JC.
War Games!
So tonight we're celebrating something, JC, that I didn't think we'd ever hit when we started this a long time ago. This is episode 500.
War Games! I'm going to try to
Correct.
see if I can say War Games 500 times during this podcast to celebrate.
I have a feeling that you're going to get there, bud.
That's a lot of War Games, bro. A lot of War Games.
Somebody should just have a counter every time he says War Games, or we say War Games. It is what it is.
We'll be talking about War Games later in the show when we talk about Survivor Series War Games, and we talk about the two War Games matches.
Fuck this. I can't deal with this for another hour.
Games of War. War Games. War Games.
What exactly is Games of War? Like, you don't play Risk, do you?
I used to play Risk. I used to love that when I was younger. I used to dominate that shit, bro.
You seem like a dominator of Risk.
I'm a fucking conqueror. If there's one thing you know about JC, me and Julius Caesar, we conquer shit, bro.
Can I ask you a question? Do you have a strategy when you play Risk?
Oh, yeah.
Can you give me the TV guide version?
I always like the start out. You got to be careful because you want to get places that you can protect and then expand from. You don't want to be starting where it's like you're exposed in a lot of places. So a lot of those, like in Asia, some of those islands you can kind of work your way out of and just slowly expand and move into like Australia and then, maybe skip over to Alaska, like slowly. Because some people like to go and start in like the United States and shit. It's like, that's just too exposed, bro. There's a reason why we fucking took all the Indian shit because it's too fucking exposed. So you gotta be smart about it, You're like the little inlets where you can you can start building your base and you slowly expand out, slowly but surely in power, and next thing you know, the whole map's yours.
That was a beautiful soliloquy. I asked for a 2-second thing and you gave me 3 minutes. So thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. War Games!
War Games it is. So ladies and gentlemen, we've got to talk about War Games. We've got to talk about Raw, SmackDown, NXT if we want to. AEW. They also had a fucking pay-per-view. It is what it is. I mean, if you call that a pay-per-view.
I will say there was a big-time hashtag JC knows on that fucking pay-per-view.
Don't even. No.
We're not even talking. I was correct, and I was probably the only one who picked that fucking reach for the sky, boy.
What did I call him last?
No fucking. You know what? That needs to go under most Nestle cursed because you know what?
Really? No.
Yeah, why not?
What was last year? The one that I really fucked up.
The Usos at WrestleMania
was that it? No, I feel like there was one where I really just did something
you fucked up Lyra Valkyria.
That's what it was. Yeah, I fucked her up good. Anyway, we've got a lot to talk about here, JC. Where do we always start?
Always in the shine, Nestlemania. You know what? My guy, it's starting to shine this week because I don't know if you watched SmackDown, Nestlemania, and I don't know if you saw a certain backstage segment. You have to know what I'm talking about because the solo backstage segment with Tonga Loa chiming in random words was super hot fire. Like Tonga Loa is not the most useful wrestler on the roster, but if they do this every time, he is the most useful wrestler on the roster. It just it was perfect because you can tell he's a goofy motherfucker. Like everything he does, he fucking fucks up and he's goofy. But that's why I love him. Camacho, he used to drive around in a fucking bicicleta with Hunico on his back. But this shit was funny. Not only was it an effective promo because Solo fucking always hits, but the Tonga Loa stuff, I was just like, yes, I want more of this. I need this every week for the rest of my life until I die.
It made you feel like it actually enhanced Solo too because it felt like that character was like, yeah, in a gang. So it was just funny. It was like he's like Chris Tucker in Friday. That's what it felt like for me when I was watching it. It was just like, damn, like he was echoing the same last word and everything. So I'm glad you brought it up because that literally was one of my favorite things that I had seen. And I think that's the newest hype man in the world. But you know what? I love it. I fucking love it. It's just great stuff. Fucking amazing. What else?
Well, Solo also advanced in the because his time is now tournament. Because you know what? That little bitch Penta can't keep up and had to go and fake an injury. So Solo could advance in Nestlemania. That sets up a mega match between Solo and Gunther. Heel versus heel. We don't get it often, but I love when that shit happens in tournaments because that's how it's supposed to be. I don't like it when it's rigged where it's like, oh, it's babyface and heel. Everyone's like, no. I love that in the semifinals we have a fucking heel versus heel match. Two people that everyone wants to boo. I love that because it gives it a little more realism. And you know what? More on Solo maybe in my hope, but this is a very Solo-studded program because You know I love this motherfucker. He is so funny, and he's also so good. But I love the way this played out. Who knows? I mean, your boy Goliath Freezer said he was supposed to win anyway, so I'm going to go with that. For once, I'm going to agree with that idiot because it fits my narrative. But yeah, I mean, I thought that it was good to have him keep advancing because, I mean, he obliterated Cena like, what was it, 2 years ago now? So it's, if he came out of this bracket and Cena gets revenge on him for his last match, be a little poetic. Wouldn't be the worst thing they could do with this tournament. The worst thing would be Jey Uso. I think we agree with that.
I mean, if it's Jey Uso, I think we all agree, folks, that this entire thing was stupid to begin with, personally. But
Yes.
I personally, now that my favorite's out, I mean, the people I'm cheering for are being thinner and thinner.
We can put Melo in the shine here because not only
yes, we can.
He beat Bronson Reed by count out on SmackDown, which I love that. Shout out Cody, of course, helping his boy. But yeah, and then on Monday, I mean, him and Gunther, I don't know about you, but this match is exactly what I'd hoped to be and more.
Listen, so I was a little pissed off that he won by countout. I understand why, because you can't beat Bronson Reed clean. I understand that. It still fucking pissed me off because I thought that would have been like a signature win because, through osmosis, Roman Reigns lost to Bronson Reed, and Bronson Reed gives that a little rub to Carmelo Hayes, whatever, you can tell me. But on Monday, I was hoping, I was praying, I was throwing up every Hail Mary I could and every Our Father, hoping and praying that our boy Melo would get a Boston final against our boy JC, the real JC, not this fake phony we got over here, but the other one.
Josh Canoe, Jesus Christ, John Cena, Julius Caesar, JC Mateo.
Wow, the gap, between you and
I didn't
Jesus,
have a fifth
anyway.
one.
No, that's okay.
5 fingers, so you have to shout out War Games every now and then.
It is true, War Games. And then so as I was sitting there, I feel like Joe should be keeping track of the War Games. He won't be.
I'm not getting a 500. We'd never get off the air, and I want to get off the air.
No, maybe we can get to 100, but I don't know about 500. But look, I will say this much. Melo had an amazing match against Gunther, which I really appreciated here, because the one thing we've always said about it is they treat Melo like a Dolph Ziggler, like he can work with everybody. But this was the match where I felt like I could believe that he could be in the main event. And it's so good. It's so great because as you're watching this, Gunther made him feel believable, and Melo kept up with the pace, hit him hard from the beginning, kept going and going and going. And I felt really good going forward about what happens for the Melo trajectory here because they say all these great things about him. Like Wade Barrett was gushing over him on commentary, really leaning hard on the he's the fastest, he's the strongest, he's the smoothest, blah, 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 blah. And they were putting him over like gangbusters on commentary. And of course, Gunther just comes out like Baby Huey and starts slapping people and everybody happy. But I was real. I mean, obviously I didn't want Gunther to win. Obviously that needed to happen because that seems to be like the shoe in. But there was a part of me that was just like, they made me believe. And when you can make me believe, when I've seen everything in the sunlight since I was 3 years old, when you get me out of my chair, when you get me excited and you get me invested, those are the best wrestlers in the world. So Gunther obviously had a bit of, head and shoulders above the rest, but Melo kept up, which was the biggest headline for me. He didn't seem like he was being dragged. And that to me was a great sign for his future.
I love that they tease the countout stuff too. That's something that can't happen in a War Games match is a countout. But I do love that they tease that because that was such a big part of the story coming in. It's like, oh my God, is he going to do it again? And he flipped Gunther off. You know what I mean? So it was right there a couple times. So I did like that. But I will say about Melo, my worry with him is that I have the same worry with a lot of guys like him is that a little too good for his own good. Like a Finn Balor. It's just like you're always hovering around there, but you're always ended up looking at the lights because you're that damn good and you're the guy who puts you could put him in a Sami Zayn category like that. Is he ever going to get one? He's good enough. Is he ever, you know what I mean? So we'll see. I'm a big fan of Melo. I think 2 titles helps a guy like him, but one step at a time. Let's get him to the mid-card title first.
I will say the one thing I heard from Dolph Ziggler on a recent podcast, he said someone in talent relations in WWE told him a long time ago, look, we know you take a lot of great finishers. Stop it if you want to become champion. Because if you take everybody's finish really well, guess what you're going to be doing?
Dolph Ziggler is a great example, but I will say he was a world champion, so there is hope. Because again, 2 titles makes a big difference. So, but it's pretty stacked right now. But the nice thing for a kid like Melo is there's a lot of people that are a lot older than him. So that look at that War Games match, those top 3 big dogs right there. They ain't going to be around much longer either. So it's spots will get there eventually. So I do have faith. And speaking of banners, Nestlemania, speaking of always looking up at the lights, our boy JD McDonough had to take on Ilya Dragunov in this open challenge. They had some banners in NXT UK back in the day. And so it was great to see this again. JD's a stud. Ilya's a stud. So that's what I want to see in these open challenges. It's just fucking good matches, and that's what we got.
I don't know. Do you know what's funny is there's a very similar thing here, like you said about staring up at the lights, because that's exactly my thought process. But like, he is somebody that's going to be, a utility player forever. Probably never going to get his comeuppance, but maybe a mid-card guy down the line. We'll see. But always a fun match. I do like what they're doing with Dragunov with the the Tama Tonga stuff, and then of course the Ciampa stuff, and I just like that there's a lot of people vying for the United States title. I don't necessarily feel that way, obviously, with the IC title because of where we are right now, but they're kind of flirting with a lot of different ideas now, which I always am a fan of multiple people vying for that option of that being the champion, because I feel like it gives everybody something circling in a universe. And I love that aspect of it, because it doesn't necessarily mean you need a match every week. Just means you'll be lurking.
It sets up like what's next, what you have to look forward to. And I like that too, like the continuing tease, instead of just doing it one week and then paying it off the next week, like build it up a little bit, because it's just like these are guys who could be the ones to take it off them. So I agree with that. It also makes the titles feel more important, always too.
Okay.
Should we talk about Mini Cena?
You're putting this in the shine. Okay.
You didn't like this?
So here's the thing. I hate to be aligned with the Goliath, but
oh God,
when he said is Vince McMahon booking this? Because there was a feeling of like,
yeah, but this is such an old school wrestling thing they've done a million times.
Yeah,
this
I know.
Just works.
It just feels cheap, which it was on purpose. I don't know. I thought the guy that played Cena, it wasn't that great. I think
no, he wasn't.
And I think
Hornswoggle.
Personally, if I mean, there was a wrestler that I am friendly with on the Independents who actually was a WeBL back in the day in the WeLC match. His name was Robbie the Giant, Arujo. I think he would have been a far better John Cena. So I have a personal vendetta against the WWE not picking Robbie the Giant for this. But it's okay. It's okay. I thought the guy kind of like took me out of it, and I did like the part where Dom was like, "Hey, this is not what we discussed." Like I like that part of it, but I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. Someone was like, he went full HBK, but it's just.
It wasn't quite that. But I do think that like this is just an old school wrestling tactic. We've seen it before. Dom's the right guy to do it with. He's a sniveling little shit heel. And we knew Cena wasn't going to be there. So you knew something kind of had to happen. And it just like, it's something that you don't do a lot. But when you do it, I think in a situation like this, I just think it works. And I think it worked for this segment.
Also,
I do agree. The guy who did it wasn't great. He talked a little too much for my liking, but it is what it is.
Also, Rey Mysterio came out and saved the small guy, which I thought was comical at all, because it made me think, wow, Rey Mysterio's a giant next to this guy. You know what I mean? Like, you look at him and you think, wow, this guy's so little. And then there's Rey Mysterio, who's also little. And I just went, wow. He's above average, that Rey Mysterio. He is.
War Games.
Well, War Games. Take a shot. War Games, War Games, War Games, War Games, War Games, War Games, War Games.
Let's not kill our audience here, Nestlemania.
What audience? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. What else you got that was definitely positive?
I got one more piece in the shine. It's just like that kickoff to Raw was a lot of fun with those three guys. The pissing contest, the dick measuring contest, if you want to call it, between Cody, Punk, and Roman. And Roman made that comment. But I did love when he left and he mentioned the titles, because that is something I brought up with this thing with Roman. I'm like, he does. And I love that he didn't specify which one. I love that. I'm assuming it'll be Punk's first, but it just does, because it sets a little tension between these guys, because there should be a little tension between these guys, even though, like, as they acknowledged, like, Punk and Roman worked together last year. Roman and Cody have worked together. So you know what I mean? So it's a little kumbaya. But at the end of the day, like, these are the three top dogs in the WWE in the men's division. Like, without a doubt, these are the three guys. And it is not close. They are definitively above everyone else on the roster. And it was cool to see them in the ring together. And, like, because, like, yeah, they're going to be – this is a super team featuring a couple Usos, but which are the greatest tag team of all time. So you can add that. Like, this is legit a super team. But I loved that Roman did mention, he's like, half this team is my family, blah, blah. So it's just like, this segment worked, and seeing these three guys together, it felt special, and I liked it.
Listen, I'll say this much. I think it's hilarious to me that essentially it's the same team as last year, taking out Sami Zayn and replacing it with Cody Rhodes. Like, that to me is fucking hysterical. Like, obviously it's an upgrade. The other thing that I thought about here, and obviously you're going to defend this because you have your ass, Cody's ass permanently attached to your fucking lips. But when I was watching this segment, my thought was, wow, this felt like Roman's number 1, Punk's number 2, Cody's number 3. It felt that way to me when I was watching it. And I just
look at the poster, bro. Who's on the front? Who's the captain of the team? It's fucking Cody Rhodes, dumbass.
I mean, I'm just saying that's the way it felt in the promo. That's all.
Like that, Roman always does that in promos because he kind of has a little of that rock in him in his promos. Like he's a cocky asshole. He shits on people. That's how it should be. And Punk's kind of the same way. He's also an asshole. Where Cody is very much like, you're awesome and we love you.
Yeah, and it's gonna make him look like a bitch eventually. That's all.
He's not a bitch, bro. Relax.
Nice guys didn't finish until I came around.
Talk to me when Roman Reigns gets a neck tattoo.
Oof. The way I will say,
have one. Did they go that high?
I don't know. I think it's definitely it's somewhere in the circumference, I guess, in the area. I don't know. I will say this much. I really, really, really appreciated Cody with that fire promo on Raw because when he was just building everybody up and he's like, Heyman, all you do is build up these guys and I beat them all. That was a nice little fucking check. And then the fact that he looks over at Breaker and he goes, a Steiner's never, ever been better than a Rhodes, right? And I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. He's right, but Jesus Christ, right? I mean, think about it right now. Dusty Rhodes way better than Big Papa Pump, depending on what but no, there's no debate there. Rick Steiner, definitely not better than Goldust or Dustin Rhodes. And then Cody Rhodes right now, not better than, Braun Breaker is not close to Cody yet. But in the grand scheme of things, you never know.
Maybe someday. But yeah.
Not now.
Rhodes clears, baby. The Rhodes ride much higher.
I don't know. So here's my question to you. When you look at War Games, no pun intended, when you think about the matchup beyond, do you feel like because the heels have won, obviously we thought that was going to be the case with the advantage match, do you sit there and think to yourself, okay, Roman's coming out last, there's going to be a fucking to-do back and forth, someone's going to have a misfire, and between Punk, Cody, and Roman here? Because that's what it feels like. Like all of the spotlight really is on those three guys. But I think there's a red herring in here, like I've said before. I feel like they're not really letting, they're having you go, oh my God, look at these three big giant dudes over here pissing at each other and whatever. And then over here, when you're not looking, is Jey Uso going to turn on everybody?
It's interesting because we'll see what happens when we get to predictions because I've kind of gone back and forth. I feel like Team Vision needs this more, and having Brock on your team makes it very easy to win because he can just pin Jimmy or whatever. But it's all, and also like if you look at the babyface team, it's like yeah, that one of the Usos can need a pin, but it's one of those things. It's like, does those three actually work together? And Jay is the wild card, but I think it's tough because I think the reason why I wouldn't expect that is because we're still in the middle of this Time Is Now tournament, and Jay is taking on Rusev either on, I don't know when that match is happening. So it's I feel like if they're doing it, they're not doing it now. I think if they're turning Jay, it's happening in 2026, whether it's Rumble season or leading into WrestleMania. I feel like they're not doing it now because if they do it now, he's going to get lost.
That's an interesting take because I didn't think about it that far.
Yeah, that's just my take off of.
Well, he's definitely not in the viable running for a world championship this year.
Yes, that's what I mean. But if you make a turn like that leading into Mania, he could be. Like it makes him a bigger deal because you ride that momentum. But if you do it now, that momentum's gone by the time we get, you know what I mean?
So my question to you is, let's just play devil's advocate here. Let's say on Monday they have the match, right? Before.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because I guess at this point it doesn't matter because maybe they'll do it on Friday. I don't know. But
I don't know when they're doing these matches.
I guess it doesn't matter. But I was just thinking to myself, like if it happened before War Games, but it probably won't. But it's just interesting to me because it feels like the inevitable thought would be Jey Uso and LA Knight in that bracket at the end. And then, of course, we've got Solo and Gunther, right? So that's what it would feel like.
I kind of want Rusev to win, but,
I mean, it would make sense for Rusev to win, but I think...
I just want, I want to look at that Final Four, and obviously Gunther doesn't count, and I guess Gunther and LA Knight are, the wild card ones, but it's I like seeing Solo and Rusev, two guys that, have gotten over on Cena, because it's just you have that mix. Is Cena's last match going to be he actually wins, or is he going to go out on his back for a Gunther or an LA Knight?
Sure.
And who knows? Maybe he goes on his back for Solo again. But
do they turn Jay at War Games for Cena's last match? Says the Joe Stopper.
As in turn on Cena. See, that's the problem. We talked about this when we were talking about. You brought it up last week with the tournament. It's just the tournament's not culminating for a few weeks, so you can't really have someone cost him. It gets done. You know what I mean? So. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's happening, period, anytime soon. I think it's just too much of a moneymaker, too. They'll probably never do it at all. But I think if they did, it's just now's not the time. The last time is now, but Jey Uso's time is not now.
Well, I don't think it's on Friday because they already taped it. So I don't think that would have been.
So my guess is that those other two were there matches on Friday?
There was the LA Knight and question mark.
Okay, so that means Jey and Rusev is probably on Monday then.
Right. Because they had Penta and Mello lose. So those two sides. Maybe it is. I'll have to check.
Luther and Solo semifinal is set. The other semifinal is not set.
So maybe it is. I'll have to double check. I don't know. But I'm saying right now, even if that happens, right, then you still have, let's say it does happen on Friday. You got 2 weeks left to lead up. So you would think there'd be one match on Raw, one match on SmackDown leading up to it. Right? And then they'd have the final on probably Monday. And then
they did do Uso and Rusev. It is taped. It will be airing on Friday.
Okay, so Uso won then. So
I'm not going to say that because it's a spoiler. But you will have to watch Friday to see what happens.
Or you could just tell me I'm correct. But anyway, I'm
not going to do that because people don't like spoilers, bro. We're not spoiling shit on the show.
I'm just saying, in this point, now that we have that, there's 2 matches left, 3 matches altogether, right? So.
Yeah, so we'll know the semifinals after Friday. We know it's Gunther Solo, and we'll know the other semifinal. We'll know the 2 guys that win.
So my thought would be that they'll probably have everything wrapped up, you would think. You'd have 1 match on Monday, 1 match on Friday, finals on then Monday before the go-home.
You would think.
Because that way they can stretch it out.
You would think.
But I don't know. It's weird to me because it feels like, I don't know. I feel like depending on the players involved, there's 2 people that can really benefit because the other 2 have already gotten their comeuppance, in my opinion. So
they'd all benefit.
Oh, everybody will benefit. I'm just saying, like, there are 2 that'll really benefit, right?
I would argue there are 3 that will really benefit and 1 that wouldn't.
Well, one's already gotten the fucking carte blanche to do whatever the fuck he wants. So
that's
it's like
what I'm referring to.
Anyway, I don't know how we got down this fucking hallway, but whatever. I think overall, can I just ask you as a fan of not only John Cena, but of tournaments, are you actually impressed by this tournament? Are you excited by this tournament? Do you give a shit about it? Like, did you feel like there needed to be more surprises?
It's been an enjoyable tournament. Yeah, it's been fine. I have no issue with the tournament. We got 2 surprises. We got Cardona and we got Ziggler. Maybe we get another one Friday. Like it's been an enjoyable tournament. The matches have been good. For the most part, I've liked the participants. Yeah, I think it's been fine.
Also, can I just make a caveat here? It really fucking pissed me off when Sheamus got injured. And they were like, I don't know, Pierce and Aldis have to get together so they can fucking think of who's going to replace, Sheamus. And I kept thinking to myself, assholes, you had the whole tournament. What were you doing in the fucking tournament? You know what you were doing? You were fucking playing with balls. You were playing with balls. Pick another fucking ball. That's all you had to do. Pick a fucking ball. But no, they had to fucking have a conference. Give me a goddamn break with that, honestly. Like, that is, to me, is the stupidest fucking thing. I know it's wrestling logic and it's fucking keep people on their toes, but why can't you just fucking pull a fucking thing out of the balls, huh? That's all I'm saying.
It's not that deep, bro.
It could be.
War games.
Could be. Could be. Anything else that you thought was super positive?
No.
Really? Oh, you're just going right for it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, let's go for the fucking heat. Where are we? We're 25 minutes in. There's no more shine. Let's go.
All right. Get him off my TV. Get him off my TV. Get him off of my TV. There you go.
You want to talk about women's war games? Because you didn't bring it up, so you must not like it.
I am. Listen. I'm not opposed because I know this match will be fucking dope when you watch it. Like, I know Io is going to do something fucking stupid with a trash can again. You know that's going to happen. AJ Lee and Becky are going to have a fucking thing. That's a big deal. I'm not really sold on the Nia Lash Legend thing, but they look impressive. And then like the Charlotte Bliss, they had something, and it just feels like they lost it. I don't know what it is as a viewer, but I'm just not interested in it anymore, which really makes me mad because I was really enjoying Charlotte's work. So I don't know. I'm just it feels like they just threw things together instead of having a cohesive story here. So I don't know. And the other thing that really bothered me, and you can tell me I don't know. You can tell me I'm being me, I guess, especially in the comments. I'm sure they're going to give me a bunch of shit. But this whole fucking sit down on Friday with fucking Charlotte and Rhea was like, it felt like a character assassination for me. It was just like the week prior, it was like Charlotte's like, I can't trust her. We have too much of a history. JC came on this program and was like, they've got history, bro. All this shit, right? And then you get to a fucking part where it's like Alexa brings her in and they're like, you did this, didn't you? You bitch, you fuck. And then they sit there and it's like, all of a sudden, it's like the suck job from Rhea being like, I respect you and blah, 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 blah. And Charlotte didn't really say anything. And I just felt like the character she was and how pissed off she was and how apprehensive she was one thing. Then you get into Friday and you're like, oh, gee, golly gosh, since you polished me off, I'm going to say yes. Like, fuck you. Like, you had 2 weeks. Because on Monday, it didn't really mean anything because they're just sitting there. And literally all Monday was, for me, JC, was a soundbite from AJ and enough B-roll to fucking fill the package. That was it. And I was thinking there going, none of this fucking matters. Not a goddamn thing. It was everything about this lead up has been lame, has been stupid. And it just feels like here's the thing. I understand women and men are equal in the WWE. So let's fucking make them equal. Let's not give them a shitty fucking story. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something good. Let's not be lazy because the amount of effort you put into this fucking vision thing, the amount of effort you put into the fucking Logan Paul and the Brock Lesnar and especially the Drew McIntyre bit, you guys have been fucking dreaming up wet dreams this entire time. And then you got your super fucking quad team over there with the stupid fucking champions and fucking wet hair Roman and the Usos. It just feels like, what are we doing here? Like, they spent all of their fucking nut on the fucking men's buildup, and then they fucking just decided to back up into this fucking 5-on-5 of the women's War Games match. I think it's stupid. I don't understand it. It feels like you're trying to make them equal, but in the process, you're just making shit look stupid. Fucking stupid.
It's the bad side of War Games because it's like you got to do like the friends thing, especially because they're like the women's factions, they're all like duos. So they're just like, they put some duos together. It's dumb. Like Charlotte and Rhea shouldn't be having like a fucking dumb little kumbaya and like whatever. And we know neither of them, are great actors. Io's not a great actor. So it's just like across the board. It's just it's a struggle bus. It is. But you know what? It's War Games. Io Sky, like Joe said, is going to be in the match. There's going to be some cool spots. It'll be a thing that happens, but this one is, it is what it is. We put it in the heat every week for a reason. I don't think we need to waste any more time with it. AJ and Becky, we knew we were going to be in here. And there'll be fun parts of the match with them too, but it is what it is.
Also, very quickly, I just want to point out, on WrestleMania 39, when it was Rhea versus Charlotte Flair, they didn't look pissed off when they had the best match in the fucking card. They were fucking proud of each other. They had the respect then, and they wanted to have the best fucking match.
They've had history since too.
No, I know, but I just feel like, come on, like, give me something believable. Give me something fucking believable because I like all the women in this matchup. I think Io is the best wrestler alive. I think that Rhea is the most popular person in the fucking roster. When she picks up a mic, you can hear the crowd go fucking apeshit. AJ is a nostalgia act, but also someone that can carry everything. Becky's been doing great with her Donald Trump impersonation. That made me fucking cackle. There's a lot of different things you can do here that make sense, but it's just they didn't build it in a way that makes any sense at all. Going back to our boy, the backcracker saying, did Paul have his script written on his hand there? I do believe so. He took a page out of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Knowing Logan Paul, he probably did it on purpose.
Absolutely.
For this reason to get attention.
Absolutely.
Like this is like something Logan Paul would do. Like he's smarter than everyone thinks. He doesn't fuck up. Like everything he does is on purpose.
Well,
he's in this match here with like think of like all the overshadowing. You obviously the Bayface team, but he's also part of the vision. He feels like an extra guy. Brock Lesnar is like the main part of the team. You know what I mean? So it's just like, how does Logan Paul get a little bit about Logan Paul? Well, you fucking make sure everyone sees your fucking shit on your hands, which from your buddy The Rock, which you learned. So I would say I think he knows what he's doing here. It's hilarious, but I would bet millions of dollars if I had them that he did it on purpose.
It is funny either way. I don't care.
Like, it is exactly, and that's why it works. Like that's why I appreciate Logan Paul for what he is, because it is funny. Like he is a tryhard, but it is funny. Like he is actually funny.
I will say this much: keep Logan Paul and Jey Uso the fuck away from everybody. Like that's the poor. Like to me, like that train wreck in that fucking tag match on Monday. I just went to myself. It's not me shitting on Jey Uso when legitimately no. when there's enough evidence, I know I'm an asshole. I know I call things on the carpet. I know that I'm nitpicky Nestle, no fun Nestle. You can add all the fucking monikers on t-shirts and all that bullshit. But what I'm telling you is when there's enough evidence, Your Honor, Exhibit A through at least Z, that Jey Uso sucks wind, is a bag of nothing. He's all entrance and no sizzle, no steak, nothing, just there. And then you see on Monday, he can't do a basic backbreaker because Slippery Logan's all over the goddamn place. Jey Uso is the problem.
Yeah, I agree. None of us like him anymore. We're sick of this fucking shit. I hope he eats the pin in this match and whatever. But yeah.
Okay.
Do we have any more WWE here? Or can we shit on AEW now?
I'm sure that we can figure something out. But let me hold on one second. I wanted to double check on that. Listen, we could talk about all stupid shit, but it was just.
I don't want to. I want to shit on AEW.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's their world champion, Nestlemania? This fucking company, man. Oh my god! Not only did Reach for the Skyboy win, as hashtag JC knows predicted is your number 2 male champion. Samoa Joe is your new world champion. He beat your fucking creamy face babyface, who you gave the biggest win over your mega heel, and you fucking squandered it. What were his defenses? He faced.
This is worse than his last reign.
Yes, this is fucking terrible. Hey, they've never been good at booking babyface champions, except for like Swerve. Kind of did well a little bit on his own, but that was all Swerve. It had nothing to do with fucking Tony.
Right.
But like they have botched Heyman. Like they can't do it. They can't fucking do it. And I feel so bad for Heyman because they need him right now because, yes, they got Swerve back and shit. But it's just like, besides that, it's like all the other guys still out. MJF, Ospreay, these guys are nowhere to be found right now. Like, you need a guy like Heyman because Darby ain't doing it. Moxley ain't doing it. These guys are not fucking doing it. And you put the fucking title on stupid-ass, boring fucking Samoan Snore, Samoa Joe, and this fucking shitty-ass group, the Ops. And that's coming from me. And I love Will Hobbs, but this group fucking sucks. You were pushing them these big baby faces. Now you did this super fast turn because you panicked and didn't have opponents for Heyman. You run this match back twice in a row, and now you have him fucking lose, and we turn Hook again. It's just like, can we get the Hook the fuck to NXT? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, this is so bad. This company is so bad. This was so bad. And I see some virgins on the internet. And I said, no, I'm so happy. No, fuck you. You're a fucking loser. You do realize no one's going to watch now because of him. Do you remember what happened last time he was championship? No one fucking watched because he is boring as fuck. Bad move. You have so many titles. Give him a different title, not your fucking world title. It's embarrassing.
I don't think he's going to have it very long. I think they're just giving it to Swerve.
I hope so.
That seems like the logical answer because I think that's what they're hoping for here.
Fucking piece of shit either way. Yeah, I would have rather had Swerve beat Heyman. I don't care. Like, fuck this. Fuck this.
It's getting to a point where I'm
not watching.
So here's the thing.
It feels so good to not watch this pile of heaping shit.
I will say this much. I appreciate the Joe Stopper for just the war of attrition every Wednesday at least and every Saturday, but definitely
at least he gets to see Sky Blue, you know? That's
listen, that's fine. That's fine. But what I will say is this. If you listen to the dirt sheets, which we do not, but I just thought this was an interesting little tidbit. Someone was saying that Samoa Joe wanted to come back to the WWE because of Regal and Triple H and all this shit. So the reason that they fucking tried to keep, because I guess his deal's coming up, they fucking gave him the title.
That is Wrestling 101. But like, Jesus, man. He's not that valuable. Let him fucking go if he wants to go back. Because he's not going to be a main event guy for WWE. Like, he'll lose in the main event, but like, he's not going to be a game changer for them. If he wants to go, let him go. You don't fucking need him. He's not a guy you need to fucking build around. You don't. He's fucking old. He's a good player. He's a good guy to have on your roster, but you don't fucking need him. So to just fucking squander Heyman again, just to fucking keep him around. Not only are you a bad booker, you're bad at fucking talent management. You're bad at everything. Like, you fucking suck. Go snort some blow and fucking tan the company to daddy or something. Fucking embarrassing.
Jesus.
It's embarrassing.
I will say this.
Good ideas go straight up his nose.
I will say this much. As we go through, let's just listen to this fucking murderous row of terrible decisions. First off, you've got Pac.
There was one good decision.
Pac defeats Darby Allin. Seriously?
Who fucking
cares?
cares?
Out of here, right? Then you have the Timeless Love Bombs defeat the Babes of Wrath, Sisters of Sin, and the fucking Bane and Shafir experience.
Was this for the new titles?
No. It wasn't. Because,
what are we doing?
Hold on. Let me read the stipulation for this. You ready for this shit?
No.
I can't even make this shit up. I want to see your facial expression when I read this for you, because I can't make heads or tails of this. You explain this to me. The winning team chooses the stipulation for their semifinal match in the inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. Huh?
They just wanted to put these women on pay-per-view. That's all it was.
Like,
they should have just done the 2 semifinal matches on pay-per-view.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Just do that, you stupid fucks.
Yeah, but no, we put them in a fucking hodgepodge. Whatever. Of course, FTR finally fucking wins. Thank
Good
Christ.
Decision.
Right?
Good decision.
Ricochet becomes the first national champion.
Not a bad decision.
Whatever. Then we have, oh God, I can't believe I have to say this out loud. Kyle O'Reilly defeats John Moxley in a no-holds-barred match, 20 minutes, 30 seconds. Excuse me?
Didn't he tap him out like twice now? Why are we pushing Kyle O'Reilly in 20?
Because they don't have baby faces. They don't have people.
It's about to be 2026. How the fuck are we pushing Kyle O'Reilly? Like, what? Like,
it's 10 years too late for Kyle.
It was never time.
They tried it in NXT and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, no one gave a fuck.
Cool, Kyle.
Yeah, no one gave a fuck.
But go back to your Hawaiian shirts. Then we already talked about the fucking atrocity of the TNT Championship.
Reach for the sky, boy.
25 fucking minutes. 25 fucking minutes. It was the longest match of the fucking evening.
Fletcher's good, but there's no way 25 minutes with Mark Briscoe's good.
Yeah, and his wife says the same fucking thing. Shut up, Joe. You like Cool Kyle. Fuck you. Knock it off.
I actually like Cool Kyle too, but not as a fucking player, just as a character.
Right. Okay. Now we get to the Josh Alexander Young Bucks, and they beat fucking Kenny Omega, the Jurassic Express. So then they get the $1 million, but then they see Kenny Omega getting hit and beat up by everybody, and then they fucking throw the duffel bag down and they reunite and blah, 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 blah. Huggy.
I just don't care anymore over it. I like the Bucks. I enjoy them, but like they're always better as heels, but whatever.
My thought is this. What do you do after this?
Exactly. That's part of the problem.
Like,
but also I think the current storyline kind of played out, but it's just like
here's the thing.
A weird spot.
We can shit on the Mark Briscoe thing all we want, but to me, I thought if Mark Briscoe was part of the Don Callis family, I think that'd be interesting television. The Bucks being part of the Don Callis family to me would have been better television than them being the fucking baby faces. Like I get that they wrestle like baby faces, but like, come on, like unless Kenny Omega is really on his way out because of his illnesses, like I get that. And maybe they want to do it one more time before he's, hanging it up. But man, like what the fuck? The one thing I did appreciate here, Chris Statlander defeats Mercedes Moné, 23 minutes and 5 seconds. I love the fact that she can win every belt except the big one. I think that's a nice little touch.
Yeah, they've done that twice now. And she's also said that her favorite match, like in her run or the AEW, was against Chris Statlander. So I think she was very happy to lay down for her.
I think it's wonderful. And then, of course, we already talked about, and that's the other thing. The steel cage match was the shortest match. I'm going to say the shortest match on the card. Not on the card, but it was by far one of the shortest matches by far. Like, that's crazy to me. But the main event is 16 minutes.
Yeah, I don't care. It's a steel cage match and Samoa Joe won. Like, are you kidding me? Just fucking put me out to pasture if you want me to watch that, because I ain't watching that.
Also, and I'm going to ask Joe this, so Joe, be ready, because I can't explain this to myself, and it hurts my brain. I think you and I talked about it before we hit the live record button.
Oh, yeah.
So we unified the Continental Classic title and the whatever the fuck the international title was.
Yeah, and they made a new title.
And then they made a new title with the national title. But then on Monday, they brought back the Continental Classic, which was the title. They also get a fucking whatever. But like, it's so convoluted to a fan to understand what the fuck is going on. I'm hoping Joe knows what he's talking about here.
Because there can't be an explanation. It's just Tony doesn't know how to book without tournaments.
I don't understand it. Like, he
doesn't know how to book, but he can do this and be like, oh, I can have 2 matches that go half my show every show for like a month, and people will love it because they'll be like, this is awesome.
Let me save you a month and a half. You know what this is? This entire fucking thing is 2 things. They want Moxley to go against Claudio, which no, I don't give a shit about. And the final is going to be probably Takeshita versus Okada. Like, that's what they're building towards. Like, okay, we get it, but like,
so what do they get if they win? Is it a title shot, or do they get the title?
I understand it's a yearly tournament, but
or they split those titles again? Now we have 15.
No, that's what I'm asking. I understand it's a yearly tournament. I get that, but Okada would keep the championship title and defend it, and then him and Kenny merge the titles together. So are they bringing back the title? Are they not bringing back the title? Are they just giving a trophy? Like, what are they need to decide to tell the audience? This is the part that AEW sucks at. As much as we hate the WWE for clubbing us over the head with the fucking what happened at the top of the hour bullshit, but at least you don't miss anything. You get a full understanding of it. I don't know.
I agree. It makes all fucking sense.
Okada loses and is still the IC. What the fuck does that mean?
The international champion.
I don't understand this.
It doesn't make any sense. None of this fucking makes sense. But it's AEW, so that part of it.
What are we doing here? Like,
I don't know.
How could I? It hurts my soul. It hurt. I can't tell you how many times I sit.
You know what I want to do? I want to have a War Games match, me against Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah, just me and him in a fucking War Games. I feel like I had to make up for lost time there.
They're bringing back the IC if Okada loses. The fuck was the point of having the championship in the first
But they just made a new title. Oh my god. I hate.
There's too many titles. Too many titles.
I hate the decisions they make. It's so bad. But you know what, Nestlemania? The negativity on this show sucks. We should get hopeful.
Glorious. You're my only hope.
War Games. That's not the theme of my hope. Mine actually is going to be about the Last Time Is Now tournament. Because you know what? Gunther's going to fucking win. We know that. But this is the motherfucking hope. And since he won, because the dude got hurt, I want Solo Sikoa to win this fucking tournament and beat John Cena again. Wow. Why the fuck not? I would love it. And I want Tonga Loa to dance on Cena's body after he does it. Because here's what you can do. It's very simple, Nestlemania. You can have Solo, or it's actually a two-part hope. It's going to be Gunther. But so you can have Solo or Gunther beat Cena. And then as Cena, he's made a big deal about this being WWE versus NXT. Obviously, his match isn't going to be. But you can have Cena take that out. But there is something else you can do with him. Because he could be in his promo, which won't get cut off like Goldberg's. He could say something, Nestlemania, and something could appear. Because he might believe in Joe Hendry. And actually, Joe Hendry comes out and is Cena's last impromptu match. Cena beats Joe Hendry. He goes out with a win, even though we just put over Gunther Solo. It would be funny. And it would give Cena versus an NXT person. It would get Cena taking an L, but also a win. And it would put Joe Hendry in a spot that makes so much sense for Joe Hendry. So that's my actual hope. Hashtag JC knows. Hashtag JC's hopes come true. Cena beats Solo or Gunther, or Cena loses to Solo or Gunther, and then mentions Joe Hendry, comes out, and Cena beats him, and yada, yada, yada. It'd be a funny way to end it. And that's all, folks. The last time is now over.
Did you happen to see Twitter this week with Mark Henry?
No, did he say that too?
He said the exact same.
Fucking great minds think alike.
But he did say
goat.
He did say
the fucking goat.
He did say one thing different. He said in order to become the ultimate babyface, what happens is that there's not a match. He lays down for Cena and says, you shouldn't go out on your sword. And he takes the L so that Cena can have one last celebration. And I was like, that sucks. Your situation is way better. I
mean, because you could easily just do it where he just like AAs him 5-knuckle shuffle, 1, 2, 3, we go home. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, interesting. No, I didn't see. I mean, I am so off of Twitter nowadays in terms of looking at the timeline. And now that like DMs don't even work, I fucking miss that shit because fucking Twitter sucks lately. I haven't seen any of that, but that's funny. That's why Mark Henry, great minds think alike, my boy. You got a lot left to take.
Somebody's gonna get their ass kicked.
Yep.
Mine's simple. During War Games, the men's match, something needs to happen here, where we're setting up what's going to happen at WrestleMania. A little bit of a twinkle, a little bit of an idea. I want one of two things. Maybe two things can happen here. Two things can be different, but also the same. Two things can be true, as we say. I will say this much: I want to see CM Punk and Roman Reigns have a fucking moment where something just doesn't go well, because that's the fucking match at Mania. It's Roman and CM Punk. That's my thought.
I agree.
And you need to build that now, because the amount of information we're going to get between now and then and the amount of events that Roman Reigns is going to show up to, not a lot. So absolutely, this needs to happen. There needs to be a crumb or a big moment here. Win, lose, or draw. There needs to be something between Punk and Roman Reigns. Also, I'm going out on a limb here because there's a stacked card here with the men's super team versus super team. I also, on the flip side, want to see something here with Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar.
Yes, please.
Because that's the match everybody wants to fucking see. And Heyman guy versus Heyman guy, future of WrestleMania going against the fucking Beast Incarnate, I think would be an interesting dialogue to have because you can then play off of what happened at last year's WrestleMania where it was best friend, advocate, wise man, visionary, whatever you want to talk about. You do that. But now this time it's, do I go with the future or do I go with the past? To me, that's super interesting because you can then play off of, it's not who's going to be in what corner, but it's really Paul Heyman has to make a decision in terms of, do I go with the future? Do I stay in the past? Because on paper, you think Brock Lesnar would eat up Braun Breaker in some form, but Braun Breaker is a fucking house. So it would be awesome to see this fucking thing happen. Also, as I was watching, this is an additional hope. Before Brock Lesnar is done with the WWE, we're getting Brock Lesnar versus Logan Paul.
And, I mean, yes.
And that alone to me is going to be so fucking interesting because I think to me, we've seen Logan Paul do head and shoulders above the rest. He's very good for the amount of time he's been in there. But if you have Logan Paul versus Brock Lesnar, there's something about that on a marquee match for me that I think screams WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble or a WrestleMania or SummerSlam, something big there. But I truly believe that will be the moment that we'll know how close Logan Paul is to becoming world champion. Because I think it's a rite of passage in the WWE to get fucked up by Brock Lesnar. And I think that's where, listen to me though. Ready? That is the moment. Whenever it happens, that is the moment that somehow, some way, Logan Paul becomes a babyface.
No chance. They're fucking cheering Brock Lesnar. No matter what the fuck he did. Brock Lesnar gets cheered, bro.
Nope.
Brock Lesnar gets cheered.
No.
And everyone gets cheered against Logan Paul.
No. I firmly believe that there are enough people out there that fucking absolutely hate Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, there's not in the crowds though. Have you met wrestling fans before Nestlemania?
I know. I'm just saying.
Like wrestling fans are like they're fucking. There's a lot of degenerates, and they don't care. And here's the thing: I care, and I'd still cheer Brock Lesnar. So, it is what it is.
You just like doing the.
He's just fucking entertaining as hell, and his music's great, and I love watching him fucking pizza people around. Like, I can't help it,
Okay.
Comeback?
Don't call it a comeback.
Much like War Games, no one will survive. That rebel heart. We got a twofer, excuse me. A twofer of a twofer.
Or as they say on Straw, the doozy of a twosie.
Doozy of a twosie, yes. Good reference. Yeah, we got 2 theme songs back. Not only did Ciampa get his NXT theme song back, Gargano got Rebel Heart back, so we no longer have that shitty DIY song. We now have a combo of 2 great songs, so that made JC very happy and a lot of other people. So they get my comeback this week.
I am curious. Do you think they did that on purpose because it feels like they're kind of separating the two?
My guess is that there's something being worked out with the music so they can slowly start doing this. But yeah, it does seem like they've been teasing Ciampa a lot as going after the IC title that we could be headed for a split here.
It just feels like Johnny's a way better babyface anyway. So it feels like
100%. Ciampa's a better heel.
Here's the thing. If I'm booking WrestleMania, I kind of think Ciampa becomes US champion and Johnny's chasing the whole way to Mania. Like, I think that's where we're headed.
I don't know if that's a Mania match, but maybe.
Triple H loves
it. But as we've seen in the last few years, the US title hasn't been on Mania, so it doesn't matter. The US champion's been in the fucking Battle Royal, I think, like 3 years in a row.
Well, maybe they'll change it this time. I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful, goddammit.
We're in the comeback, bro. You don't got to be hopeful.
Well, maybe I'm trying to be comebacky. I don't know.
War Games!
Listen, we know that War Games is going to be happening. Joe, I hope you still get a counter because you're going to go to bed soon, you old man. But that's okay. That's okay. By the way, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I introduced my children to the Joe Hendry song, and now my wife is like sitting there going,
"Your wife's gonna hate you." Yeah.
And now they're singing the whole thing, and they're like, "I believe," like they're clapping.
Wave your hands from side to side. I love his Scottish
Side
accent.
to side.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
It's fucking good song. What can I say? And then I love my daughter because she's on Spotify. She's the DJ in the car. And she goes, "Hey, Dad." And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "Joe Henry wrote a song that has a bad word in it." And I was like, "Huh?" And she showed it to me and she goes, "It says Edge's bitch." And I forgot he wrote that song. And I was like, this is just not a good parenting moment. I'm a terrible human.
Yeah,
whatever. It is what it is. But anyway, my comeback goes to the absolutely stud-like, yoked out of his fucking mind, looked like he ate previously, Swerve from NXT to become Super Swerve. Swerve Strickland with his new fucking song, his new fucking look. Looked like he had a Nestle hanging off his shoulders. You know what I mean? Those things were fucking ginormous. Like, literally, I think I would have been one of his legs. I mean, obviously, good for him. He looks more and more like a fucking main character. He looked like a main character last time. But holy shit, when he walked out, I went, I wouldn't say he's the saving grace, but god damn it, when you look at him, that is a star. That is a fucking star. And they presented him like a star. I hate the fucking fact that he threw all the ops guys around in the ops dojo, but whatever. That's beside the point. We're celebrating Swerve because it's happy to have him back because he is a great fucking piece that they needed. But they're missing like 17 pieces, as you already alluded to. So at this point, we're missing game pieces. It is what it is.
Yeah, don't disagree.
You don't like the track? Hold on, he doesn't like the big track? Fuck you.
The other one was pretty good, so it's,
It is what it is.
He also, Swerve also, I saw a comment today. He said that Javon Evans is better at 21 than he was at 30. And I'm like, damn, you're not wrong. Javon Evans is really good for a 21-year-old. But, that's how you know. That's how you know that Swerve's a real one. He can say shit like that. He's a stud. Big old finish, Nestlemania. Smackdown, like we mentioned, is pre-taped, but the MFTs will take on Team Sammy in your Survivor Series style match, which will not be at Survivor Series. We will have Jey Uso versus Rusev in the tournament when we have question marks taking on LA Knight. Yeah, your boy in the tournament. And there's probably some other shit that no one cares about.
Can I just ask, would you think that if LA Knight wins this puppy, is that a good use of everything going on here?
It'd be better than if Jey Uso won this thing.
Okay.
That's my take.
Let's assume that Jey Uso takes care of business, right?
I hope Rusev wins. Fuck you.
Okay. Could you so we're going to say Jey Uso is out. So it's Rusev. We're going to say it's LA Knight. We're going to say it's...
Well, we know it's Gunther.
Solo and Gunther. Can you list from number 1 that you want to number 4? In order of relevance?
Solo, Rusev, Gunther, LA Knight. If you take out Rusev and put Jey Uso, LA Knight goes up to 3, Jey Uso goes to 4.
Okay, so you really, truly want Solo. Okay.
Yeah, because I just fucking love Solo. And, I have no problem with it being Gunther, for the record. And honestly, I wouldn't have an issue with it being LA Knight. The only one I have an issue with is Jey Uso, but I would prefer Solo, Rusev, and then Gunther.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just asking.
Give me the big baddies, bro. Give me the baddies.
I will say this much. I don't think Cena and LA Knight have had a match. That's where my head's at. It's like Gunther and LA Knight haven't had matches with Cena, so I feel like on the way out, that's the way to really...
It's going to be fucking Gunther. We're doing all this just for it to be Gunther. Okay. Spoiler alert. It's going to be fucking Gunther. We've been saying it for fucking like a year. Watch it not be Gunther. Watch it be fucking Jey Uso, and we all fucking hate our lives. On Raw Nestlemania, there is a tag team match player for the tag titles. The Ultimo AJ Dragon of Lee taking on the New Day. Do we get the New Day winning, or is it just the Ultimo Dragon of AJ's?
The tag team division is in the worst spot I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, but at least we're getting a title defense.
Finally. Who gives a shit? Who can?
I give a shit.
No, I don't.
You can't rebuild if you don't start, bro.
I agree with you.
This
but
is the beginning of the
amount of
return.
The amount of start and stops in the tag team division, regardless if it's men or female, does not matter. It's been the hottest
complain when they actually book it, though. I'm going to celebrate so they do it more.
I'm just saying. Like,
the New Day should win. They're not going to because they're going to.
No, they're not going to go to because of the first fucking line of
defense. Storyline where they keep coming up short and shit and whatever. But they should win because
they've won like 14 fucking times. Why does it matter?
Because
none of it matters.
Tag team, and then you can move the machine guns. You could actually have like some interesting feuds with them.
They're not gonna. They're never.
You know what, Nestlemania? You know what AJ and Dragon Lee are? They're bro Dito.
Yes.
When we need fucking FTR to win the titles, but they're going to make us wait a couple months. New Day is FTR. That's how you reset it. That's how you reset it, because you can bring the machine guns over. The Creeds can come back at some point. I don't know what to deal with the Viking Raiders if Eric's coming back from injury or whatever, but just like then you can finally do something. But for now, it's just like just book them in matches, I guess, because this just need to be on TV.
I would rather
the
Creeds become tag team champions. Ivy Nile becomes IB title.
You don't just give the young team tag titles, especially if you're rebuilding them. Like we want them to earn it. You can just give the New Day the tag titles. Plus they're heels. It's easy.
Yeah, but they went out of their way to fuck them over. Like they were so.
That's what I mean. That's why they're gonna lose for a bit, but eventually they'll win, just like FTR did. It's the same fucking thing.
Don't like it. Don't have to like it.
Yeah. Should we go to War Games now?
War Games? You say it's War Games. All right. That's
Survivor Series War Games. 4 matches, including 2 War Games matches, a men's War Games match, and a women's War Games match. But we're going to start with the non-War Games matches, because there are 2 non-War Games matches, both singles matches for titles. The first up is the Intercontinental Championship. John Cena, Dominic Mysterio. Does Dom get his title back in Nestlemania?
It's in San Diego.
Dom's hometown.
I'm gonna pick Dom. I'm not feeling it though.
I'm picking Dom too. I don't know how he gets it, but I think Dom's getting it.
There's a portion of me that really truly thinks that John.
They could just have Gunther become the IC champion.
I just feel like that's such a fucking downgrade.
I agree. So have Dom win in San Diego. By hook or by crook.
I don't know.
I don't care how. Just fucking do it.
Do you think there's a world we can live in that really is hypothetical here, but honestly could be realistic, that John Cena wins his last match and still is IC champion and just gives it up, and then there's a tournament?
That's fucking stupid.
I agree.
AEW type shit. We're not doing that. We're not going to discuss that. It's disgusting. Okay. I'm appalled that you would bring this up on the War Games episode 500 of War Games. Motherfucker.
Do you know how many episodes you've missed?
War Games. Probably like 15.
Okay, that's fair.
You probably missed like 5. Because you haven't missed one in like years.
But I think I went on vacation once and I had children. That was probably it.
Yeah. You missed a couple, because I remember who I've done them all with. But Nestlemania, we have more matches to predict.
Okay.
And it's a singles match for the Women's World Championship. Your girl, Nikki Bella, takes on the champion, Stephanie Vaquer. Give me Chile. Give me Vaquer. This is the fucking easiest thing to pick in the world.
Oh my God. Imagine if Stephanie Vaquer lost this to fucking Nikki Bella.
Pick it. I dare you.
No, dude, I got fucking hosed on AEW.
I know why? Because you didn't reach for the sky.
I know, right?
Am I still winning? Has TJ
I don't know. TJ never put out the rankings or whatever, so whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, he'll get to it.
He'll get to it when he can. But no, I'm picking Stephanie Vaquer as well, because, mispronounce the bitch's name and she's going to fucking drop her on her noodle.
Yeah, we're both horny for Chile. Next up, Nestlemania, we have our first of 2 War Games matches. It is the Women's War Games match, where they will compete in a War Games styles match with War Games rules. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and AJ Lee take on Nia Jax, Lash Legend, the Kabuki Warriors, Vasquez and Kairi Sane, and Becky Lynch. Nestlemania. This is interesting, but you know what? There is something that I've learned with War Games. What team is Io Sky on? Oh, on that team, I'm picking Io Sky's team. Give me the babies.
Yeah, Rhea, listen. I'll say this much. You have Rhea and AJ and Io? Fuck you.
And Charlotte.
Yes, exactly. That's Lash Legend and Nia Jax.
Yeah.
And Kyrie are in there to take the
Kyrie's taking that fucking pin. Io's going to be jumping off the fucking cage and with a trash can on her fucking head right into Kyrie's fucking noggin.
Well, listen. This is the easiest slam dunk I've ever heard. This might be the lock of the week.
Oh, boy. Nestle curse. Oh, boy. We just got a full-on Nestle curse. Put your money on the heels in this War Games match.
I'm pretty confident about that one.
War Games. Men's War Games match, Nestlemania, which will soon be the main event. It is the super team of CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, and Roman Reigns taking on the Vision of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar with Mr. Paul Heyman. This one's a little more interesting, Nestlemania, as we alluded to earlier in the program. I will let you kick off this one. Who do you got?
The amount of murderous row killers they have on the Vision Quest team is not to be understated, okay? I'm just saying. Because when you think about it, Brock Lesnar ain't fucking eating a pin. McIntyre ain't fucking eating a pin. Maybe Logan Paul. But they're not going to let the two new guys fucking lose either. I'm picking the Vision to win this puppy in fucking crazy amount fashion here. It's Cody's not taking an L. Punk's not taking an L. Like you said, the Usos are in there to take the fucking pin or the fucking quitter submission or whatever the fuck they're going to do here. Because that's it. That's the only reason they're in there. I would imagine Jey Uso could lose here and be very upset. So if he's not turning, he's probably losing. So I'm picking.
He's not turning, he's burning.
I'm picking the Vision because at this point, they're a bunch of individuals on the babyface team, and the heels all have a reason to keep the momentum upswinging. So that's why I'm picking it.
Yeah, no, this one should be the heels, and then you'd be the balance, the babyface heel. But Jimmy Uso's the easiest one to take this pin in this match. Or Jay, if you want to go storyline wise. But you can have dissension with the big three. You can have dissension with Jey Uso in there. Like, there's all sorts of ways you can do with it. But also, Brock Lesnar's on that fucking team. They're trying to build Drew against Cody. This is another way for him to get up on Cody without winning the title. They could have fucking Logan Paul get the pin if they wanted, because he could fucking bring that up. Maybe he pins fucking CM Punk because they were clearly headed for a feud in there, and they could build it that way. You know, that's something else that could happen. But yeah, this is the vision of the Vision, is to win War Games, win this War Games match in the main event of Survivor Series War Games, and have an epic War Games moment.
Are you excited about this, by the way?
Yeah, it's not bad. About as excited as I could be for a Survivor Series War Games card.
Okay.
It'll be interesting-ish.
I do wonder, though, if it feels like we're already at a point where it feels like it's kind of jumped the shark or left the dolphin.
I mean, probably. But at the end of the day, like, we always do this, but then, like, the pay-per-view is going to be entertaining. These matches are going to be good. They're going to be fun. Hopefully we get some storylines out of it. That's all we can ask for out of a War Games match.
I think the one thing I fucking hate about War Games, and I'm sure you could talk to Cody Rhodes exponentially about this, I really fucking hate the fact that we're jerking off for 45 minutes until every member is.
It's too much setup. Yeah, I agree. We talk about this every day. Too much setup.
Like, the match beyond begins. It's like, Jesus, what the fuck were we watching? Like,
I agree.
I just feel like as a viewer, that takes me out of it. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Not a fan of that. But whatever.
That's the issue with War Games.
So, all right.
Too much foreplay.
Not enough razzle dazzle, as we say in the business. Yeah. Since we're already here.
No.
You don't want to do it?
Just rapid fire. I got to pee.
Okay, go ahead. The Ops celebrates the world champion.
Skip. Yep.
Continental Classic, Kyle Fletcher and Okada.
Huh. That'll take fucking an hour of the show.
John Moxley and Mascara Dorado.
Excuse me?
Yeah, me too.
Who the fuck is that?
He's got mascara. I don't know.
Is he from CMLL?
He is.
Well, that makes sense. Who cares?
We also have got Darby Allin taking on Kevin Knight.
Don't care.
Okay.
Why are we having a babyface versus babyface match?
I don't know. And of course, we've got the women's tag team title semifinal as the Babes of Wrath taking off the Sisters of Sin, JC's team.
Who's the Babes of Wrath?
That'd be Willow and what's her face? Carly Cameron.
Well, assuming Tony and Mira make it to the finals, give me my sins. Give me my girls. Julia and Sky.
I'm not going to go any further into this because I think that's pretty much what we're going to end on there. But like, it's kind of crazy. Fuck, it's crazy that they're doing this shit. So
reach for the sky, boy.
No, we're not friends.
I just love that I was right. Because you know how much he drives me insane. But just like, sometimes you have a vision, Nestlemania, and it's undeniable. And then you went all in on the other side, and it clinched it. The hashtag JC knows merged with the Nestle curse and made Mark Briscoe a fucking #2 champion in a company. Jesus, fuck him.
It's because he has entertaining promos. That's all it is. So.
War Games.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it. I think. Yeah, we're good.
We're fucking done. What's the final count, Joe? If you can get it in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, we won't say the number anymore if you actually can tell us the number that you counted. I bet you it's north of 100 anyway.
If not, I'll get us there as you sign us off.
Okay. Anyway, but while he's counting, hopefully Joe has the counting. I just want to take a real moment here to say thank you. We've done 500 episodes, some good, some great, some hilarious, not so great. But anyway, you've been with us since the beginning, over 8 years ago. It feels like, I think at this point, maybe 9. 500 episodes is a lot of fucking work. It's a lot of going back and forth. And I know JC, it's been a war of attrition for you having to watch wrestling for this long.
Yeah.
So
I mean, most weeks I enjoy it. I will say this last few months has been a little more challenging.
76, he says.
War games. Fuck. War games.
I
can't even say anymore. War games. That's gotta be close, right? War games.
He said he missed the first 2 minutes, so that was the big one.
There was a lot in the first 2 minutes. So yeah, we're definitely there. War games.
All right. Well, I just want to say to everybody, from the beginning of this entire endeavor to where we are now, it's a monumental effort from a lot of people, a lot of fans, a lot of helpers, everything in between. So I'm not going to say anything to the specifics, but I just want to say thank you to all of you for being a part of this, because this was just two dudes just fucking around for a very long time. And now we have this whole thing. So we appreciate all of you and everything that you've helped, because without you, this isn't really worth it. And we've had so much fun helping people along the way. So I get a kick out of it every week. And I know JC enjoys hopping on every Tuesday night to yell at me when his world's not going too well. And he uses me as a verbal punching bag. So it's something to look forward to anyway in this chaotic world. So here we are. But anyway, I do have to say thank you to JC, because he doesn't like when I say nice things about him, but 500 episodes is a lot.
Fucking times I'm staring at your face. We used to do this shit in person too.
I know that was rough. So on that note, thank you for listening and watching the Jobber Knocker podcast. We'll be back next week with some more Jobber Knockery.
War game.